We are in Deputy Kyle Clenin's section. So we know the supposed witness did not see my son until he was already down. And if he heard a pop, why was he looking at the gray building in the ground? If he heard it and he was looking at the gray building in the ground, my indication would be that he heard it from that direction, which is kind of what I always thought until I heard the female's 911 call. The female's 911 call makes it sound like the pew-pew situation came from the west of Chance's house. But everyone else, if I remember right, at least the supposed witness, but I believe also the BFF, looked towards the gray building. So I just find that odd and interesting. Like, if you heard a pop, why would you be looking in the opposite direction from where you say you heard it from, or where you indicate you heard it from? The supposed witness stated, based on Chance's body language and how quiet the pew-pew sound was, he thought Chance was playing a prank and shooting off fireworks. Again, in this entire section, besides the photograph, the lying about the photographs, I don't think Deputy Kyle Clenin is lying in this section. But the supposed witness was flat out lying. And please remember that the supposed witness practically raised Detective Leonard Cubulus. We know he's lying. Again, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, like, maybe it was just that moment when you're in that moment. Maybe he believed that's what he saw. Even though you can clearly see on the surveillance footage that's not at all what happened. That he didn't actually see Chance until he was already on the ground. But at the same time, as much as I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, first of all, he does change his story. So what happens on the body cam footage is the supposed witness pulls Detective Leonard Cubulus into the street. He says, "Lenny, come here." And Detective Leonard Cubulus walks out to the street and talks to him. Interesting about that is that Deputy Kyle Clenin makes sure to keep body cam off of them. Which, what those boys do with the body cam the whole time is, it just is. They do so much with that body cam, and this is one of them. This is one of the situations. That body cam should have been on that conversation, should have been on that supposed witness, but instead, Deputy Kyle Clenin leaves the body cam on Detective John David Schwartz, who's standing in front of my son's house. Detective Leonard Cubulus and the supposed witness have a conversation off body cam. And then when they come on body cam, you actually see Detective Leonard Cubulus leading the supposed witness to say something he's not comfortable with. If you have seen this part and you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at the moment where Detective Leonard Cubulus is in my son's yard and he's acting like he's stumbling around. And he's telling the supposed witness, "So you saw this." And the supposed witness even says, "Probably." Why does he say probably instead of no? That's not what happened. Because he practically raised Detective Leonard Cubulus. So of course he's going to lean everything the way Detective Leonard Cubulus wants it to lean. Which, by the way, do we not all agree Detective Leonard Cubulus should have immediately removed himself from this case the moment he realized who the supposed witness was? Secondly, do we all agree that Detective Leonard Cubulus should have said, "Okay, there's no way any of us can be objective about this now, because the supposed witness practically raised me. Let's call in the state police." And honestly, we all know Henry County Sheriff Department should have never touched this case anyway. But you can clearly see on the body cam footage that Detective Leonard Cubulus is telling the supposed witness, "This is what I want you to say." And the supposed witness says, "Probably." He doesn't 100% agree, but he says, "Probably." Right then, shouldn't Detective Leonard Cubulus or Detective John David Schwartz said, "Okay, probably. Why don't you show us what happened?" Or some additional conversation instead of just probably. But also, if you notice on the body cam footage, when they're talking to the supposed witness gets really flustered and frustrated when Deputy Kyle Clenin asks him to write a statement. He doesn't want to write the statement. And why doesn't he want to write the statement? Because he knows he's not being honest. And now he has to put that in writing. He already knows he's lying. And now he has to put his lie in writing. But of course, when all of this was happening, Deputy Kyle Clenin, Detective John David Schwartz, and the supposed witness, and Detective Leonard Cubulus would have never known that we were going to get the surveillance footage that proves all of this is a lie.